The life and legacy of Saint Virginia Centurione Bracelli, a beacon of charity. Saint Virginia Centurione Bracelli was born on April 2, 1587, into an aristocratic family in Genoa, Italy. Her father, Giorgio Centurione, was a wealthy nobleman who later served as the Doge of Genoa, and her mother, Lelia Spinola, came from an equally prominent family. Despite her privileged upbringing, Virginia displayed a pious and humble nature from an early age, desiring a life devoted to God and service to others. A young woman with a deep faith. As a child, Virginia showed a profound love for prayer and acts of charity, often helping the poor and sick. Her heart was set on dedicating her life entirely to God, but her father had other plans. At the age of 15, Virginia was pressured into marrying Gaspare Grimaldi Bracelli, a man of noble birth but with a reputation for a carefree and indulgent lifestyle. Although this was not the life she desired, Virginia accepted her father's wishes with obedience. Trials of marriage and loss. Virginia's married life was marked by challenges. Gaspare's reckless lifestyle brought hardship to their household, but Virginia remained steadfast in her faith, praying for her husband and managing their family with grace and wisdom. Over time, her prayers bore fruit, and Gaspare began to change his ways. However, their union was short-lived. After just 5 years of marriage, Gaspare fell seriously ill and passed away in 1607, leaving Virginia widowed at the age of 20 with 2 young daughters to care for. A life dedicated to charity. After her husband's death, Virginia refused to remarry, despite pressure from her family. She saw her widowhood as an opportunity to live more fully for God. Virginia dedicated herself to raising her daughters and deepening her prayer life. Once her daughters were grown and married, Virginia began to channel her energy toward helping the poor and marginalized in Genoa. The city was plagued by poverty, famine, and outbreaks of disease, and Virginia could not ignore the suffering around her. She opened her home to those in need, transforming it into a refuge for the sick, homeless, and destitute. Over time, her charitable efforts grew, and she established the Centro Signore della Misericordia Protettrici dei Poveri di Gesù Cristo, the Ladies of Mercy Protectors of the Poor of Jesus Christ, an organization dedicated to serving the poor and sick. Founding of the Sisters of Our Lady of Refuge. Virginia's work attracted other women who shared her vision. Together, they expanded their mission, and in 1631, she founded the Congregation of the Sisters of Our Lady of Refuge in Mount Calvary. The sisters took no formal vows but lived a life of poverty, chastity, and obedience, following Virginia's example of selfless service. Her congregation grew rapidly, especially during times of crisis, such as the plague and famine that struck Genoa. Virginia and her companions provided food, shelter, and medical care to countless individuals, earning her a reputation as a saintly figure in her lifetime. Humility and holiness. Despite her accomplishments, Virginia remained humble and often referred to herself as a poor servant of the poor. She lived a simple life, trusting in God's providence to sustain her work. Her deep spirituality and tireless service inspired many, and her legacy of compassion and mercy left a lasting impact on Genoa and beyond. Virginia passed away on December 15, 1651, at the age of 64. She was canonized by Pope Pius XII on May 18, 2003, as a shining example of Christian charity and faith. Legacy of love. Saint Virginia Centurione Bracelli's life reminds us of the transformative power of love and service. Her unwavering faith and dedication to the poor demonstrate how one person's compassion can bring hope and healing to a broken world. Today, Her congregation continues her mission, carrying forward her legacy of mercy and kindness. Feast Day, December 15th. Patronage: widows, the poor, and the marginalized.